Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and welcome to day 64 of the best version of ourselves in the new year. We are on our way, people. My gosh, TikTok. I hope you're doing well. I'm exhausted. It's Saturday morning and I am exhausted, like internally exhausted. And I was kind of reflecting on my week and thinking, what in the world happened? A lot of things happened. I had endangered a child inadvertently. I had to be observed for my, fall evaluation. And instead of the assistant principal coming, the principal came. And I got kind of paranoid and wondered if that was, a reflection of the incident. It was just stuff like that. And, what I realize is I kind of hold my breath. It's not the asthma. It's just in the middle of chaos, I forget to breathe. So that's always a lesson to me. How can I remember to calm myself, do the 4x4x4, the 4 seconds in, the 4 second hold, the 4 second let go. Do the breathing, 1, breathe, 2, breathe, down to 10. Like, what can I do to get oxygen? Because I literally sit there frozen inside my body. And we're required to perform and be on. Certainly in my life, I'm required to. But so that was the main thing in my breathing. It's so important. The other thing is remembering that God is in the details. I'm a God person. God loves me. I've committed myself to Christ. Where's God? And it's not that he's not present, but that I'm forgetting to let him be present. So I'm really good about praying. I'm good about begging sometimes by accident instead of saying God's will. But sometimes I rely on myself and I decide that I'm not enough. You know what? I will never be enough. We're always going to fall short of that. But with God present in us, that's enough, right? So I kind of have to remember that. And one story that came to mind, I was 17 years old and I was teaching religious education. And I had barely come to the faith myself. And I didn't know all of the stories, and so, or certainly all the details. It was really new to me. And the story was the fish and loaves, if you're familiar. When Christ multiplied the fish and the loaves to feed 5,000 men, let alone all the women and children. And so anyway, that was the story that I was supposed to teach. But I barely knew the details. I forgot to prepare. I got caught up in my high school life. And so I have 20 kids. And the other teacher ends up absent, so I end up with 40 kids. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I thought, you know what? I didn't expect to have a double class. I can justify just reading a book. It's a half-hour class. So I go in the religious education office and I randomly grab a couple of books. And I'm like, what's the big deal? And I sit down and the first book is called Timmy Brings His Lunch to Share. And I'm like, fine, it looks cute. I don't care. So I start to read it, and of course, Timmy brought 5 loaves and 2 fish to share. So I tell the children, just a second, and I go into the religious education office, and I'm like literally burning in my cheeks of embarrassment before God. And I say, really, Father? And clear as day, he said, Juliana, do you think I was going to let down 40 children? Because you didn't prepare? Those are my children. You're just an instrument. I'm not going to let those kids down because you came unprepared. Like, the picture is so much greater than we are. And God is in the details, right? So I just giggled, wiped away my tears, and went back and read that book. And ever since then, I've always told myself, if it's something for God and his children, and by children I mean adults too, he'll do it. He's in the details. So that's kind of my message for today. Do you remember that God's in the details, and do you remember to breathe? We will never be enough. Maybe there's comfort in knowing that we're not enough, right? But we're still blessed. And that is the greater message. God's in the details. He's there for us. Rock and roll, peeps. Okay, so I'm going to go be tired. I'm still going to function, but I'm tired, and it's okay. It's okay to not be on all the time. So peace be with you, and until we speak again, be blessed.